Welcome to Cowboys Talk. Mr. Sibbles, we got some to discuss.
Some interesting things to discuss.
Yeah. So it's about to get real now with this DeMarcus Lawrence situation.
Just stupid.
They franchised him. They franchised him, which means they got him under what, $20.5 million for this season, but he don't want it. He ain't gonna sign it. And the Cowboys have until July 15th to have a deal in place.
He's pulling the a Le'Veon Bell.
You think he's doing Le'Veon?
You need to cut it out.
Let's not play that game.
So how do you feel about this situation?
I think the biggest thing is they need to just go ahead on, and I think they just doing this until they can iron out a real contract for him long term. But they have to see how everything else in this free agency plays out to see what money they have to deal with. So I'm thinking sign it, because it's not going to weigh heavy on their cap space. Sign it, get the long-term deal into place. So I think they're just trying to see where the cap room falls at.
Now, let me ask your opinion on this, because I know you must be hearing it from different Cowboys. Oh, just bam, 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 bam. Now, no one's asking this. Is he Aaron Donald?
No.
That money?
No.
Okay, so what do you want the Cowboys to do? Because you know the Cowboys is looking at this like, wait a minute, he ain't Aaron Donald.
No.
So what, as fans, guys, what do you want the Dallas Cowboys to do?
But like I told you, let them sign it and work out the long-term deal. You don't have to break the bank.
But the thing is, if DeMarcus Lawrence want that type of money, he ain't going to get it.
No.
He ain't going to get it in Dallas.
No, he's not. And he's not going to get it anywhere else.
Maybe.
Nobody's going to pay him for it.
Maybe, but he ain't getting it in Dallas, because if I don't see Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, Von Miller, them type, dude, you are not getting $23-24 million. No. So if I was DeMarcus Lawrence, I'll take that money. I do that Kirk Cousins thing. Yeah. Because Kirk Cousins got the top money for that year. Just like, because DeMarcus Lawrence was franchised last season, he got top defensive end money.
Yes, he did.
I do the same thing.
Why not? He's only for a year.
He has to
$20 million for a year. Take the $20 million for a year.
That'll be $40 million in 2 years. I'll take that money.
I'll take that $20 million for this one season.
You know what? DeMarcus Lawrence has to know his role. You are not that guy. I know NFL.com ranked him number one as the number one free agent, and then he has a shoulder he needs to get surgery on.
My biggest thing is, dude, $20 million in the season. Take the money. You need to do like Flacco did. Bet on yourself. All right, I'm going to take this 20, but watch me this season so you can pay me on this back end. That's all you got to do.
Because he only had 2018 season, he only had 10.5 sacks. So it's not like you did what Aaron Donald did from the defensive tackle position and get 20.5 sacks.
That's right.
Now, if he would have did that, that would have really forced the Cowboys' hand.
That's right.
And made them be like, look, we got to up and pay this man. I think DeMarcus Lawrence, I get it, that, this might be his last big contract for him to get, because he's, 25, 26 years old. Mm-hmm. This might be, as a player, you got to get that money.
Get the $20 million. This $20 million, to me, $20 million set me up for a long time. And I'm pretty sure you have $20 million in back-to-back seasons. It's going to set you up for a good little while if you financially planned it right.
Yeah.
Bet on yourself, take the money, then get the big contract.
It seems like to me, DeMarcus Lawrence got people chirping in his ear, and they're telling him things, and he's like, man, I'm worth that. He's a good comeback story. He had a rough start to his career, and he's definitely played well, but not elite.
No. They game plan for you somewhat, but you're not a Donaldson where they have to make sure they scheme your blocking.
Exactly.
And they haven't gotten there yet.
And that's what the Cowboys is looking at. So all you Cowboys fans, look, I like DeMarcus Lawrence. Don't get me wrong. But if they chose not to work out this long deal, or he obviously didn't want the deal that Stephen Jones presented to him at first.
Right.
So you gotta let him go. How many of them high-priced players does the New England Patriots have?
None.
And what are they?
The last one they had was Wilford.
And what do they keep doing every single year? They keep
winning.
Going to the Super Bowl, at least the championship game. They've been to 3 in a row Super Bowls. So you tell me, copy what the Patriots are doing, and maybe the Cowboys or another team, they'll find success. I'm sorry. DeMarcus Lawrence might have to hit the bricks. If that's the case, I'm good with it, because I get it that there's other players on that defensive line is not helping out. Randy Gregory, once again, suspended.
But you know what? Thinking about that, you got him by the short and curlies. 2 of your defensive linemen are gone indefinitely. So you technically do have them by the short and curlies because you're there and they are not. So, yeah, you have leverage. But, dude, not that much leverage. Not to squeeze all this money out of him, no.
No, Randy Gregory, he was a risk that Jerry Jones took, and obviously hasn't worked out. It must be tough for a young man with issues. You're given all this fame and the spotlight, and then you playing for the star. Maybe some players, they can't handle it.
You know what? Me and the guy, we had this argument back and forth. I understand the drug policy. I honestly do. But I understand that when you're on your off season, that means you are on your time. I understand all about it. Marijuana ain't that bad of a drug, so to speak. They say it's a gateway drug, it's this and that, but it's not a performance-enhancing drug. If the time that you're off in January, February, to the time you got to come to OTAs at June, July, you have a whole lot of time for yourself. Do what you do. But when you clock in for your OTAs, all that goes out the door. From that point on, you should test clean until the season is over again. But I understand why they have the rules in place. That's it for me.
I liked Randy Gregory. I was hoping he had 7 sacks this, 2018 season. But I guess there is a chance he can come back during the season. I don't know how productive he's going to be. I think that's definitely Dallas when his contract. Dallas will be like, look, we ain't paying you jack. That's just how that's going to be if you want to play, because I don't know what other team is going to pay him.
His tweet said, and I think it was his or it was the other dummy, they said that there's no problems with me when I'm on the field. When I'm on the field, I play my position, which I say, okay, yeah, you about right. He say, so what the problem is?
Oh, yeah.
And I said, there was like, your left-handed cigarettes, dude, that's your problem.
Oh, that seems
better
like
stop pulling the Ricky Williams and get your butt somewhere in rehab.
Because that's what it is right now. Marijuana is illegal, but until, we come to that day where it's not, then you guys, hey, they throwing millions of dollars your way, and you trying to tell me you that weak to be like, you know what, I have to.
If you're that weak and peer pressure have you throwing away millions, not hundreds, but millions of dollars, somebody in your camp is just plain dumb.
Moving on to another Dallas Cowboy, Mr. David Irvin, who totally let the Dallas Cowboys down in 2018.
With his Gumby haircut.
With another suspension. Now, he's been suspended, the last 2 years.
You're just a jackass.
And also he has his, personal issues.
Just a jackass.
Hey, man, they can't help it. They can't help it. And I don't know what the Cowboys are going to do now since they lost David Irvin. They lost Randy Gregory. There's a potential that they don't have DeMarcus Lawrence.
That's why I say he got him by the short and curlies.
But Dallas do have a lot of room under the cap. They get rid of Sean Lee like we talked about previously. You know, that's more room on the cap. They can go get them a damn free agent.
Yeah, they can, and they need to go ahead on and tell Sean Lee, call it quits, come on the coaching staff. Don't
something.
let him get away like you did some other people.
No, Tony Romo?
Don't let him get away.
What about Mr. Earl Thomas?
I think he'll be a great addition.
It would be a great addition.
I think his leadership in the back end of that defense.
But he said that he wants top safety money.
Coming off of an injury.
Yeah, coming off a broken leg for like the second year in a row. Yeah. I'm sorry, Mr. Earl Thomas. It would have been a pleasure for you to have the star. But you're talking like that, hit the bricks. Sorry, you got to go.
Yeah, you're not Dion.
No, you're not. You're not. Not coming off them weak legs of yours. You know, I don't know what's going on with that. You know, he wanted to be a Cowboy. Remember that? He went and chased Jason Garrett come on. Why don't you just play? Just say, you know what? Boom, give me like $7 million. Yo, let's make this happen. No, but no. You want to be greedy. Okay. Dallas, I wouldn't pay him that money. No. You have to, some team in the NFL, be like the Patriots. Because you think the Patriots going to do that?
Nope, they don't.
No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to take some guy, I want top. They're going to be like, you really? Bye. That's why the Patriots
way.
I respect the Patriots. You know, 3 Super Bowls and unbelievable what the Patriots are doing. Copy what the Patriots are doing. And I'm just a regular person. I ain't an NFL person. But even I can see that, you know, if the Patriots are doing it a certain way, why don't you just do what the Patriots do? Look easy to me.
Jimmy Johnson was doing it until somebody.
Moving on to another Dallas Cowboy who is back with the Cowboys. Yeah, I hear a lot of fans on social media. Yay, we got Witten. Yeah. Mr. Silvers, what do you think of this move? Witten coming out of retirement.
My thing is, the young guys that they have drafted on that team can benefit from his knowledge.
Yeah.
And his work ethic. But he's also going to take snaps from those guys at the same time.
Yeah, and they need them snaps.
Yeah, but the good thing is he's a good security blanket for
Mr.
Mr. I like to throw the short pass because I'm too scared to throw it deep because of my accuracy.
Not in that damn Giants game he wasn't. Not in that Rams game either. Not in that Seahawks game. But that's for another time.
So I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the only reason why he has been tossing that ball down there like that, not because of Amari Cooper, because he didn't have somebody like them to throw it underneath. Cole Beasley just, leave that alone.
Well, I think Jason Witten coming back, I was a little puzzled. I was sort of like a lot of people when they heard it. I was shocked that Jason Witten came out of it. I get it. You sucked on Monday Night Football. I get it. You sucked major ass. That's okay. A lot of the great former NFL players, they tried to do that broadcasting thing. It just didn't work out. Jerry Rice.
Yeah, he wasn't that great. No, he wasn't.
No, and of course, the Emmitt Smith coming up with all these words and, you know, trying to make it flow and all that. It was real interesting listening to Emmitt. But hey.
Tiki Barber.
Oh, jeez. But at least he's better than those others. He was a little better than those. He's better than them guys. But Jason Witten, I actually don't want him because I didn't want him there last year, and I'm glad he retired. But it's done. He's back.
But I'm gonna tell you this real quick. For a guy that old, he's still getting down open on third down.
Well, you know what?
That's the shocker.
I like the young talent that they did have.
Oh, yeah.
And I want them to take that Blake Jarwins and the Dutch Schultz and the Rico Gathers and bring them forward.
But I think that's what he's going to be brought there to do it the same way Sean Lee should do it for the others.
Well, we'll see. And, folks, that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us for Cowboy Talk, and thank you, Mr. Civil, and thank you. Peace.